It is I, Epicouchies, the Mad Villager. This is a progress update for the Gauntlet 2, a map I've been working on for a long time. It's changed a lot. I've tried like 3 or 4 times to get a structure that I really liked because I wanted this map to be very well built, and I finally have something over here, but I'll show that at the end. The main purpose of this video is to show off a maze generating algorithm that I made with command blocks. This stuff here, I would give a structure file for this, but unfortunately it kind of has a lot of weird, complicated things, so maybe someday I'll understand it, like I'll be able to do that, but there's too many things that have to be specifically set up per world to really just give away a structure file. But when the map is done, you guys could look at the command blocks. I'm just going to run it once, and I'll explain how it works. This emerald path is the path of the maze. I'm using something called Prim's algorithm, which I will have links for information in the description if you're curious. But basically, you have a position that keeps track of it, this armor stand that keeps teleporting around. Why is it going? Okay, it goes a little slow sometimes because of the nature of randomness. It takes a random amount of time based on, depending on how it works. So basically, you jump the armor stand, or in a code, you would just have a variable that changed to different positions in the maze, which then extends to one of the available grid placements next to it randomly in any of the directions. And after it goes there, no other room can connect to that room. So in the case where this was empty, right here, once it goes here, this room or this room can't go connect to this room, but this room can still go places if it wants. And basically, the way it works is eventually it goes through all of the positions, connects them to adjacent rooms until you have a single path that goes through. Here we have our path like this. And all of the rooms are connected to the same pathway. If I wanted to make it have loops, I would have to manually add those. I could just say, oh, randomly put one there. Boom, we have a loop. But this is just a really, really simple algorithm. I'll have a link. I didn't explain it very well, but I'll have a link to the Wikipedia page because it's really clear on how it works. So I did that with command blocks. This just can do as many mazes as it wants. I'll start it again. And basically it just has a 3-step process of teleport. It starts here with spawning armor stands in the positions that it needs to go. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I forgot how it's been a little bit. It spawns all the armor stands that it needs, and then when it teleports to another position, it creates an armor stand at that position to mark it as, here's a spot where we can continue growing the maze. And then one of these, I don't remember which one, checks with the position markers. If there's nowhere else it can go, then it will delete it to make it more efficient. Before, there would have been armor stands in all of these spots, and then the teleporting one would have to go everywhere to check, but it wouldn't be able to extend the maze, so it was pointless. So now it just deletes the armor stands, like that one right there just got deleted because it can't go here, 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 or here. It's all blocked off with emeralds already. And then it just teleports back and forth, and this one picks a random direction, up, right, left, or down, to try to travel, and if it works, then it will extend the maze in that direction. And then eventually, it's done, and it filled them all up. I can detect that by just discovering that, look, there's no more other armor stands left, the ones that marked positions. If there's none of those left, then I'm done and I can move on to the next process. So my goal for the Gauntlet is to basically read this little miniature table that I just made now. I'll have an armor stand that loops through all of these. And on this big grid over here, this is the actual Gauntlet itself. And it's just filled in with blank rooms right now. Here's a blank template room. I'll show off some of that stuff in a second. But this is the Gauntlet itself, grid of 5 by 5, just like the 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. Wait. Oh, it is 5 by 5. My render distance is it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. I can't count. I feel very silly. Anyways, so this grid of 5 by 5, which matches up with this grid of 5 by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can connect the doorways. We'll go in here, we'll show the doorways. All of these rooms have doorways connecting like this, and these are just little command block doorways. They sound like piston doors, but they're actually just done with fill commands. It looks like this. There's oops. So the pistons trigger to make it sound like there's pistons, and then these command blocks just fill or unfill the door. And basically, based on the maze that I generated over here, each of these doors will either end up being having pressure plates here or not having pressure plates, and I'll probably color the door differently depending on that too. So that there's actually, all of these connected rooms have corridors connecting them based on the maze that I generated. And then you'll notice in between, because the door takes up space, I decided for the Gauntlet 2 that I wanted to make it kind of feel more interconnected. And so there's these inside spaces that are glass, and these glass panels basically mark any spot that I could have empty space in my room that I'm building. Not all of them will, but some of them will have windows or bars or whatever. And in this space, I'm just going to fill with random decorative things so that when you're in the maze, in the Gauntlet, you can look all the way down there and you can see how far the thing goes and make the whole Gauntlet feel more interconnected. The hard part, this algorithm, this took me like a day. The hard part of making the Gauntlet is going to be actually building all of the rooms, because my plan is to have 50 rooms, which means I have twice as many. Some of them are labeled here, which is these 2 layers, and I think I'll probably have a way to allow players to make their own too. That won't be too hard. Here's one room I made. This is the library, and you can see the room is a lot bigger than the Gauntlet one. I really wanted to have a lot of space open, and because and these are a lot harder to design, partially because I have to fill all the space, although doing that just with decoration, like this whole thing here, this is just decoration, whereas in the first Gauntlet, I didn't bother. If it was not purely functional, I couldn't really put it in there because there wasn't space. Now I can have kind of just these bookcases that you can't actually, like, they take up multiple layers to make them look decorative, right? But because the path can go in any way, I have to have 4 doors in every room, and in order to make it so that it's more maze-like, I can't really make it so that all the doors are super easy to get to. So I actually have command blocks down here, which on all the rooms will program physical changes to the map to make sure that the path is differently. For example, if this door is an open door, this ladder will disappear. So that you have to go the long way around. I don't remember how, but there's a way to get to the door because it's open. But otherwise, you can just go there freely if there's no path through this way. This one is another room that I have this started on, and then there's a room over here, which I'm closer to finishing. Like I'll probably finish this one today, but it's not quite done either. And then all of these, it's going to be hard work, but I think it will be fun. And we'll end up with a really cool map when we're done. If, perchance, you have made maps before and you really want to just help out and make 1 or 2 rooms, leave a comment and I will send you information, because I am totally okay with that. I would just send you a structure file of this template room and give you some instructions, and you can make a room. And I'll stick it in the map and you can get credited. Please help, because it's a lot of work. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. This is just an update. I don't know when the Gauntlet will come out. It may never come out, but I wanted to show it off just to show, hey, I'm still working on it, and it's going to be really cool if it does come out. So thanks for watching. If you really liked the video, you should leave a like on the video. If you just regularly liked it, you should subscribe and see more stuff right when it comes out. More Minecraft, more Zelda, and more Gauntlet content. And other than that, thanks so much for watching. And everyone, please have a nice day. Before I go, I'm going to just record the maze generator running a few more times for people who are interested.